Hi guys, it's Allie here, coming from my office today, not out on a walk, even though it's a gorgeous day. I will be taking a walk later, but I did want to check in with you today and say hi from my office. This is the view you will see if you do call in. More often than not, I will be in my office. I have a desk behind me with lots of wonderful books. Some therapy, some spiritual direction books, a lot of poetry and inspirational things, and a few pictures. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about boundary setting and how important it is, especially for us helpers and healers, to set boundaries, and the importance of putting ourselves on our to-do list. So you've heard the term boundaries and setting boundaries. Now, whether or not we do that and set limits is something that is sometimes challenging for people who are in the service professions. So if we are giving back, we feel like we have to give back a lot. We have to give back all the time. If someone needs our attention and our focus, that is something that we need to give them. And that is a fallacy. That is what we call a cognitive distortion. That is something that is made up in our brains and perpetuated by the culture and by our lives. That isn't natural. So especially for people in service professions, the important thing is identify what your boundaries are. And the way to do that is to sense in a time frame like a week what is draining and what is life-giving to you. So if you are to sort of walk through your day and then later reflecting, what is bringing you those moments of joy, moments of connection, and what brings you your core self out into the world. On the other hand, what is draining, what does not fill that cup inside of you. So your boundaries should be set within those parameters. If you find yourself having a lot of activities and issues that are draining your cup, then we need to set limits around that. The second part of this is, how do we set those limits? So say you feel like one of the things that are life draining to you, say a relationship or a friendship that is not filling to you, how do you set a boundary around that? How is it when you want to avoid conflict, or you feel like it's your duty, that kind of thing? The important thing here is sort of to sit back and be self-aware. And that sometimes takes time. It often takes maybe feedback from a loved one or someone you trust. It would be helpful even to discuss this with a partner or someone that you feel like, has your best interest in mind. And have them give you a little feedback as to how that person or what that issue is that drains you, how that affects you on the outside. If it were a friend that you want to set a boundary and not necessarily see them as often as you've been seeing them, be as detailed as possible and as clear as possible to yourself as well as that person. Set that boundary and say, I really appreciate, you, and you're important in my life. Things are very busy right now, and we'll see each other this amount of time now. So the last part of this is not apologizing. And that is difficult for a lot of reasons for people who are, especially women, who are conditioned to apologize for setting their, to stating their voices and setting their limits. Set your limits and you set your boundaries so that the world can see that you care for yourself. And when you care for yourself, then the world will react positively to you. You will find that life-giving opportunities will multiply when you put limits around the life-draining situations and issues and people and places and things. So I hope this was helpful to encourage you to consider those places in your life where you need to zero in and state your need and not apologize for that. State it in a kind and compassionate way and say, I matter too, and this matters to me, you matter to me, but I matter to me too. So get outside, enjoy the beautiful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.